What if I told you that opening one tomb led to over 20 mysterious deaths, and the world believed an ancient curse was responsible? One of history's most spine-tingling tales, the Curse of the Pharaohs. The story goes back to 1922, when the fearless and somewhat fame-hungry Howard Carter uncovered Tutankhamun's tomb. It must have been like opening a can of worms, except these worms were dressed in gold, wielded mystical powers, and were quite frankly dead for thousands of years. Upon opening the tomb, it was rumored the grumpy old pharaoh must have muttered, "Stay out of my crib." Coincidentally, a curious series of unfortunate events started to unfurl. Archaeologists, nobles sipping tea with a pharaoh scholar debate kit, and financiers began suffering mysterious deaths. Lord Carnarvon, the bankroller of this grand expedition, died after an ordinary mosquito should have been chargeable for murder, posthumously of course. And thus, the whispers got louder, as conspiracy theories enjoyed tea with sensationalist media, discussing the ramifications of a curse unleashed upon Howard's team, most likely because quite a few decided to poke at the pharaoh's linens and furniture. Modern skeptics weren't convinced by ghostly whispers of Tutankhamun's revenge. They preferred explaining with science. They tried blaming toxic gases or a deadly fungus that could easily induce coughing fits sinister enough to scare anyone into believing in curses. Curiously, some inscriptions found in ancient tombs did sound like warnings, urging priests not to mess with sacred rituals. However, nowhere did they advise, "Do not enter," or else. Also, mysteriously unexplained illnesses ahead. But hey, European imagination heard pharaonic curse and ran with it faster than you can say mummy. Today, researchers are still struggling more with paperwork than ancient spirits when dismissing curse theories. Some pens have indeed dramatized curses across centuries, a marvel even Tutankhamun would surely admire from his eternal resting place. But does the curse of the pharaohs hover over the pyramids like a tundra mist, or is it solely a cocktail of embellishment and folklore served with a century's worth of intelligent yet speculative storytelling? Join us in this session, hashing facts against myth, as we dig into historical records under the expert guidance of modern scientific palates. Maybe somewhere between saucy legends and ancient tales, the truth of the pharaoh's curse awaits, silently judging skeptics and fans alike. Dive with us across dusty sarcophagus tales and rumor-based panic as we attempt to understand whether the curse of the pharaohs was merely a notorious hoax turned spotlight game, or if secret scientific threads still loom among age-old conceits. Buckle up, because much like the journey with Carter and crew, the truth will take you on a ride between specters and science. Legend has it that the team that uncovered King Tutankhamun's tomb met an untimely demise, leading many to whisper of a deadly curse. But was it truly supernatural, or did science debunk these eerie tales? Let's descend into the depths of Egypt's Valley of the Kings to uncover the truth. In 1922, famed archaeologist Howard Carter, along with his sponsor Lord Carnarvon, stumbled upon the famed tomb of King Tutankhamun. The discovery was nothing short of spectacular. A pharaoh's tomb untouched by time, glittering artifacts casting a golden hue over ancient stone walls. As news broke of the discovery, rumors bubbled up from the sand. A curse, they said, would strike down those who dared disturb the king's eternal slumber. Near the tomb's entrance, hieroglyphs warned, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the pharaoh." Naturally, newspaper headlines were buzzing with tales of an ancient hex. The first casualty was Lord Carnarvon himself, who died shortly afterward from an infected mosquito bite, which led to blood poisoning. Coincidence? Perhaps. But then more mysterious deaths followed. A total of 11 people associated with the tomb's discovery met with strange, often fatal accidents within a decade. Scientists, with a penchant for method over mysticism, sought to unravel the mystery. Was there, in fact, a tangible, deadly danger lurking in the tomb? It turns out the tomb might have housed mold spores and toxins. For years sealed from the outside world, these pathogens could have infected those who entered, the infamous curse of the Pharaohs, merely microscopic killers. Fast forward to modern analysis, and scientists note the lack of a consistent pattern in the deaths. Upon review, many of those who passed were either elderly or had pre-existing health conditions. The cause and effect attributed to the curse seemed shaky at best. Though fear of the curse has long diminished, the tale adds allure to the sands of ancient Egypt. It doesn't stop thrill seekers or scholars from yearning to probe the past, perhaps on some level hoping for an encounter with the enigmatic power believed to guard history's secrets. So, was the curse of Tutankhamun real? Science says no, but the story casts its spell over us still, a bridge between the world of living and the majesty of the ancient. We leave behind logical reasoning for a dance with legend, where the imagination reigns supreme. And, much like the artifacts themselves, do you believe in the curse of the Pharaohs, or is it just a myth? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe.